Hello everyone, my name is Shang Yang. I'm from Commodity Futures Department 1 of Shanghai Futures Exchange. Today, I'm happy to share something about the latest developments of China's steel futures. Let me share the screen. To begin with, as we know, in recent years, with the rise in global economic uncertainties, steel and raw material prices have become highly volatile and unpredictable. Either in China or in Asia, we are facing a similar situation in both the steel and raw materials industries. That is, price fluctuations has becoming more frequent and more extreme. The price fluctuations also bring risks. And since our companies aims for stable operations and want to get consistent profits, many businesses use futures to stabilize operations and manage risks. Specifically for China's steel industry, there is a high level of marketization. First, China has a massive demand for steel and large sales volumes. Second, steel pricing in China is largely market-driven. And thirdly, there are numerous steel enterprises in China, which means low market concentration. And finally, while steel consumption tends to be stable, supply remains uncertain. Under these conditions, daily pricing is commonly used as a strategy in Chinese steel industry, and the high price volatility creates a strong need for hedging. So the market-driven feature of steel industry has led to the rise of steel futures. We may have questions like, what are futures? How can they benefit us? Should we use China's steel futures? And how can we participate? I'll answer these questions in this presentation, mainly focus in three aspects: functions of steel futures, performance of China's steel futures, and current situation of China's futures market. So what exactly are futures? Here is an example of the futures contract of Schaeffler's hot-rolled coil. As we can see, every element in this contract is clearly defined and detailed. This is actually one of the key features of futures contracts: standardization. Because of these standardized elements, the market can quickly set prices through trading, and the liquidity of the contract is also increased. So how can futures benefit us? Mainly in three ways: price discovery, risk management, and resource allocation. Price discovery means that the futures market uses a transparent, fair, and competitive trading mechanism to form prices that are realistic, predictable, and continuous. It can accurately reflect supply-demand conditions and price trends. You can use futures prices as pricing benchmarks. Futures prices can serve as reference points for spot market transactions, helping you plan and budget more effectively. For example, if you are involved in large-scale projects or manufacturing, knowing the future price of steel can help you predict cost more accurately. Risk management is essentially about hedging. Companies can use futures to stabilize their operations and protect against price volatility. Resource allocation is achieved by trading delivery warehouse receipts, which helps optimize asset allocation for companies and investors. So for steel futures, they can provide important price signals that reflect the underlying market dynamics. Each futures product represents developments and signals from a specific sector. For example, rebar futures are closely tied to infrastructure and real estate trends. Hot-rolled coil futures represent industrialization and the automotive sector. Stainless steel futures reflect trans consumption increase. By observing these price movements, we can gain valuable insights into what's happening in these different industries. We know that the price risk is one of the biggest challenges for our business. In recent years, the steel smelting industry and its downstream sectors have seen low profit margins, while steel prices have been fluctuating. As a result, many companies are turning to futures and use hedging strategies to stabilize their operations. So, what's the purpose of hedging? It's about stabilizing operations. The chart here shows a company's typical profit trend. As we can see, profits fluctuate widely with economic and industry cycles. But with effective hedging, profits become smoother and more predictable, as the blue line shows, which is crucial for steady and reliable business operations. As we mentioned hedging, what are the common hedging strategies? Companies across the industrial chain have different approaches. The main goals of hedging can be summarized in 3 simple points: 2 locks and 1 reduction. The upstream can use hedging to lock in raw material costs. The downstream can use it to lock in product sales profits. For the middle segment, like trading company, hedging can help reduce inventory costs and risks related to raw materials or products. By doing this, companies can manage risks at each stage of the supply chain, making the operations more stable and secure. Here is an example of how a trading company used futures to lock their costs. In a certain month of 2021, the steel trading company had already secured a downstream lock-in pricing steel and needed 10,000 tons of hot-rolled coil by April. However, some hot-rolled coil manufacturers had sealed their orders due to regional steel supply tensions, and the availability of spot resources was limited. This made it difficult to get enough immediate spot goods. The company used a hedging strategy. It bought futures positions to lock in the price. They created a virtual inventory in the futures market to hedge against the risk of rising raw material prices. The result is the company saved 8 million yuan by using futures. From March to April, the spot price increased from 4,850 yuan to 5,500 yuan, and the futures price also rose from 4,700 to 5,400. Without futures, the cost would have been 55 million yuan, but with futures, the cost reduced to 47 million yuan. By using futures, the company saved 8 million yuan on their costs. Also, many Chinese steel companies participate in futures market through brand registration. Currently, brands registered in the Chinese futures market account for around 60% of the national steel output. This means that most futures brands are registered delivery brands. In summary, companies can gain value by using futures in many 4 ways. The first one is pricing benchmark. Companies can use futures prices as price reference, including contract pricing and pricing with premium bases, etc. The second one is brand registration. It can help companies enhance their credibility, and also promote industry quality upgrading. The third one is about hedging, which can help our companies manage price risk. And the last one is about improving management and operation of a business to help us improve cost control, inventory management, and make better operational decisions. Now let's take a look at the market performance of China's steel futures. This chart reflects the development of China's steel futures since 2009. The product categories have expanded significantly, covering a wide range of materials. As of August 2024, the total transaction volume of steel futures reached 5.1 million tons, with a turnover of 20 trillion yuan. By August 2024, the trading volume of China's steel futures and options was 524 million lots, with a turnover of 20 trillion yuan. That's around 5.1 billion tons. And by the end of August 2024, the open interest was around 58 million tons. That's a 38% increase compared to the previous year. Because of the high volumes of hedging activity, China's steel futures have consistently ranked among the top in global metal derivatives trading volumes. In 2023, rebar futures had a transaction volume of 502 million lots, ranking first globally. The hot rolled coil futures ranked fourth with 152 million lots trading. For steel futures and spot prices are highly correlated. Now let's take Xiaomi's hot rolled coil futures as an example first. The prices of hot rolled coil futures have been highly correlated with spot prices in China. According to estimates, the correlation between the prices remains higher than 99% for years. We can also notice the prices of futures and international flat steel are highly correlated as well, as we can see on the right side. For stainless steel, the correlation between futures and spot prices are also highly correlated. The estimated correlation is around 90%. So this means these steel futures prices can effectively and fully reflect the dynamic changes in supply and demand of the respective industry. We can also observe a steady growth in trading volume and open interest for stainless steel futures and hot rolled coil futures. By September this year, the total volume of hot rolled coil futures since listing reached 1.3 billion lots, with a turnover of about 52 trillion yuan. The average open interest was 694,000 lots, with the largest single-day open interest, 2 million lots. And for stainless steel futures, the total volume of stainless steel futures since listing is around 170 million lots, with a turnover of around 13.5 trillion yuan. The average daily turnover is 11 billion yuan, and average open interest since listing is around 130,000 lots. For now, we can also see that there are more and more industrial enterprises participating in steel futures delivery. For hot rolled coil futures, there are 4.74 million metric tons have been delivered since listing. From warehouse side, the largest number of warehouse receipt is 424,000 tons in history. And for stainless steel futures, 1.1 million metric tons has been delivered since listing. And the highest number of warehouse receipts was around 200,000 tons in history. Finally, let's talk about China's futures market. Shafi and how we can participate in the market. China's futures market began in 1990 and has grown for over 30 years. The future market is huge, diverse, is rapidly growing and gradually opening. There are 6 onshore futures exchanges, including 5 commodity futures exchange and 1 financial futures exchange. There are 122 products across wide industry sectors, 24 specified domestic products, and 46 QFII accessible products. Calculated by performance unit, China has ranked first, that's number 1, in global market size for several years. In 2023, the total transaction volume reached 8.5 billion lots. That's around 25.6% increase from the previous year. And the total turnover was 565 trillion yuan, marking a 6.5% year-on-year increase. The Shanghai Futures Exchange mainly focuses on industrial products and currently offers 23 futures contracts and 30 options, 6 products that are directly open to foreign investment, and 16 products open to QFII. QFII means qualified foreign institutional investor. The key categories include non-ferrous metals, precious metals, energy, chemicals, and indices. Among these, steel futures are the largest commodity series globally. Copper futures, in particular, have become one of the top 3 global copper pricing centers, and the influence of crude oil futures in the region is also growing. As for the market size of Shafi, we can see a steady growth in recent years. In 2023, the Shafi's commodity and derivatives trading volume reached 2.2 billion lots, ranking 3rd globally. From January to August of this year, the volume was 1.5 billion lots. In terms of turnover, the Shafi saw 187 trillion in 2023. And currently, we are encouraging international investors to participate mainly in 3 aspects. The first is to welcome qualified foreign investors to directly participate in China's steel futures. The second is through brand registration. We have introduced overseas brand registration for China's stainless steel futures. And third is price reference. We can see an increasing number of industry clients are using steel futures prices as a reference in both international and domestic trading pricing. We welcome more domestic steel companies, especially cross-border producers and trading companies, to participate in the futures market. So overall, the main purpose of steel futures is to help improve risk management in our steel industry and support the high-quality development of the real economy. We will continue to make effort on optimizing and developing steel futures products to provide risk management tools for the global steel market. That's all for my presentation today. Thank you very much.
위대한 승리를 만드는 건 무엇이라고 생각하나? 용감한 영웅? 수많은 병력? 아니, 철의 기술이지.
철에는 판타지가 있다. 포스코.